But I have a message for the drug dealers, the gang members, and the criminal cartels that are terrorizing all of our citizens in cities and different places throughout the United States. And the message is that your days are numbered. We're getting you out. We're getting you out. We will build a great wall, and we will stop illegal immigration for good, and we will have doors in that wall. And people will come into that wall, and they'll come through that wall by the tens of thousands. But they're coming in legally. Coming in legally.
Immigration, that's a very significant issue for us in South Florida. We have for generations enjoyed the diversity of a multicultural society. But beyond that, we celebrate diversity not just in terms of who lives here, but who comes here. We're a tourist-based industry. And for us, being a welcoming community, celebrating different cultures, and accepting different cultures, is a centerpiece of our economic engine. From shopping to tourism, we need to have a positive international outlook on what it means to be part of the world.
You have to almost take each situation as it comes. And so if the parents snuck into the country, and remember, the act of being here illegally is the whole name. They want to, if you could change it to whatever name you call it, undocumented, it's still against the law that you came over the border illegally. Are we going to be able to deport 14 million people? No.
We do know, and in fact that's what's reflected in our initiative under the Central American Minors Program, that we do need to do something, at least for a lot of these children and young people who are facing harm. We know we need to do something.
I myself am an immigrant. I was born in Mexico, but followed the process and became a citizen, now founding member of my city. So I think as an immigrant community, we have a lot to contribute. I think we need to be responsible citizens, participate in our communities, and I think that's how we can give back also to the community, is by setting an example that as immigrants, like they have for many, many generations, we can contribute to the backbone of this country.
So there's a bit of immigrant in all of us. I think what you need to distinguish are the legal immigrants and the children of legal immigrants, as well as the people who emigrated here illegally or undocumented, whatever term you want to use.
The difficulty of coming here sometimes legally causes, as you point out, people to come here illegally, or the bias in favor of those that have great resources, who can buy their way in, so to speak, by investing. We need to look at all of these pieces and make sure we're doing it in a humane way. I'm first generation. My parents both came from another country. Everybody here, but very few, truly came from somewhere else, and we're far richer. Not economically, but as a culture, we're far richer because of that.
It's great that we want to help everybody, and I'm all for that, to help other countries and help other people and help but if we're not solid here we're not solid ground. I mean, how can, it's like you want to be charitable with other folks, then yet you don't have your affairs in order. If somebody wants to, look, you got to make sure that everything's in order for you, then you can go out and help people. And I think, listen, our debt is out of control. I mean, you guys are our generation, because I'm on the front end of the millennial generation, is inheriting a big problem.
So the U.S. Conference of Mayors and a large group of mayors from around the country have gathered together and signed a letter asking the President-elect to work with Congress, and we've asked Congress to work with the President-elect to come up with immigration reform. We've seen for too long families being broken or at risk of being broken because either the children were born here or came here and have grown up here. They've graduated with us in high school, and they want to go to college. They want to be productive members of our society, and they want to ultimately have a path to citizenship. We should be rewarding that. The rhetoric about what do we do about those who are committing crimes, that the law can handle that. What we have to do is take from the shadows, those who want to be productive members of our society and are prepared to do so.
A very good meeting with both the president-elect, his incoming chief of staff, and his incoming senior advisor. I was clear about where I stood and other mayors stood on immigrants, that we welcome them because they are achieving and striving for the American dream.